Very good morning to all the participants and a warm welcome to you to this 5 days virtual faculty development program on intellectual property rights and patents. I am Vishwapriya, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology at Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute. We are very happy to have you all join us. Today, it's the final day of our FDP where we have come up with yet another exciting topic, patent claims, hands-on exercise. And we are delighted to have Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, Senior Scientist, CSIR IMMT as our speaker. So, without further ado, let's begin our program. To start off the session, I request Dr. N. Kanya, Head of the Department and Additional Dean ENT, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Vishwapriya ma'am. Am I audible? Respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants. A warm and cordial welcome to each of you on this momentous occasion, the validity function of the 5 days virtual faculty development program on intellectual property rights and patents, organized by Department of Information Technology, Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute, Chennai. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our visionary leader, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam, our esteemed founder chancellor, sir, and our president, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar, sir, for their continuous support and dedication to the nurturing and academic excellence have been the pivotal in making this program a resound success. We are honored to have Dr. V. Sirilraj, the additional registrar of our university, to deliver the validity address. His extensive knowledge and experience have been always been a beacon of guidance for us. Welcome you, sir. And my heartfelt welcome to Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, Senior Scientist at CSIR IMMT Bhubaneswar. Thanks a lot for accepting our invitation, Pavan sir, and also thanks a lot for helping us to connect with various experts in this field. And thanks a lot once again, Pavan sir. Welcome you, sir, for this session. Over the past 5 days, we have embarked our journey of learning deep into the details of intellectual property right and patents. We had a privilege of gaining knowledge from the most dignified experts in this field. Day 1, Dr. Pavan Kumar, Senior Scientist at the CSIR IMMT Bhubaneswar, enlightened us on innovation and IPR for academic and research, providing a robust foundation for understanding a critical role of intellectual property right in academia. On day 2, Dr. Kapil Arya, Principal Scientist at CSIR IPU, New Delhi, offered an insightful overview of the essentials of copyrights and trademarks. He emphasizing their importance in protecting creative works and brand identity. On day 3, Dr. Yogesh Dobal, Senior Principal Scientist at CSIR IPU New Delhi, discussed the essentials of patents and industry design. He shaded the light on the patent process and protecting of industrial design. Day 4, Dr. Lipika Patnaik, Senior Principal Scientist at CSR IPU New Delhi, provided a comprehensive guide on patent filing and prosecution. She navigating us through the procedural aspects of the patent application. Today, finally, on day 5, Dr. Pavan Kumar returned to lead an engaging session on patent climbing hands-on exercise. Offering a practical insight into drafting and analyzing patent claim. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the coordinator and organizers of their events, Professor Madhura and Professor Vishwapriya of our IT department. Their dedication and meticulous planning have been instrumental in ensuring the smooth execution of the program. Additionally, my heartfelt appreciation goes to the entire team of Department of IT from their support and hard work behind the scene. To the participants, welcome you all for the validity. Thank you for active engagement and enthusiasm throughout this program. Your contribution and interactions have enriched our collecting learning experience and fostered a collaborative environment. As a takeaway, I encourage each of you to carry forward the knowledge and insight gained here into your academia and professional pursuit. Let us continue to innovate, protect our intellectual creation, and contribute meaningful to the advancement of knowledge and technology. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every of one of you. May this valedictory session be the fitting conclusion to the week of insightful learning and intellectual growth. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for setting the stage for today's discussion. We are extremely honored to have Dr. V. Sirilraj, Additional Registrar for our FDP. We extend our sincere appreciation and I would like to call Sir to present his valedictory address.
The most respected resource person, Dr. Pawan Kumar of CSR, who have willingly accepted to be the resource person as well as the chief guest for the validity program conducted by the IT department of our university on this IPR details. I think, dear participants, all of you are aware, slowly India is becoming a knowledge superpower also. So, if you see I mean, most of the developed countries' demograph, that is, who are contributing for the uh, knowledge of their countries, mostly it is are immigrants. I mean, who are there in the helm of the affairs on those both. I mean, the government as well as in private organizations of those countries are being led by Indians. So it is something like a brain drain. It's an unfortunate thing which is happening there in our societal system. But uh, uh, anyway, it has to be again brought back. Definitely within another 10, 20 years. So we should be the knowledge capital of the world. Uh, so in order to do so, definitely, if you see the government of India's uh, spending on that R&D, because the R&D is backbone for that IPR activities. So without the R&D, definitely IPR, I mean property, I mean intellectual property cannot be created. So in developed countries, like even a small country like Israel, they are spending around 4%. I mean 4% of their GDP for the research. But in our country, we have not even crossed 1% of our GDP. Especially, it is only the private players. I mean, who are doing a lot of things. But at the same time, uh, I mean, Western countries like even small countries like France, Germany. I mean, those people are totally dominating this particular scenario. The reason behind is most of their research are not I mean academic research. I mean it's not similar to research, but wherein I mean to get an IPR, I mean the research should be where I mean where the real research activities has to happen there, not on the simulation, but finally if it converted into an end product, and then if the product is obtained a patent, so the income through that patent are really astonishing. So I mean, even our country is paying a lot of billions of dollars to other country. Even I can quote how Maruti Suzuki is profiting, but at the same time, in terms of intellectual property, how the same Maruti Suzuki is taking the Indian money to Japan. So again, that same money is coming back um, uh, through JICA as development fund, I mean, where we have to pay interest also. Our own money, but we are paying interest in terms of again utilizing it for our purpose in terms of these intellectual property money paid to those parent Suzuki. So this is what the real scenario is. So dear friends, this is the right time. Right now, a lot of new bloods, are being infused in this academia, where if all the youngsters who are doing the research activity, um, rather than doing simulated research, kind of, result analysis, but rather if they really do on the practical findings, new findings, and then finally, if it is converted as a product, so definitely, will be the knowledge superpower in the coming days. So I hope uh, uh, this sort of uh, faculty development programs are a good enabler for all the faculty members. I have to thank CSIR for handholding our university in this particular journey also. So always we are ready to be mentored by uh, 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 organizations like CSIR, where we are ready to work as a nodal center for the southern India activities also. So we have a lot of resources in our university, and then we have a lot of campuses also. So definitely, we'll be a source of support for all the CSIR initiative in this particular regard. I have to thank Dr. Kanya and then her team for arranging such a wonderful program, for the development of our nation, especially. So thanks a lot for providing such a wonderful opportunity. So once again, I thank Dr. Pawan Kumar for his valuable presence as a chief guest in this valedictory session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and for your enlightening words. Now it's time to explore the topic of patent claims. We have the privilege of having Dr. T. Pavan Kumar as our esteemed resource person. Please join me in welcoming Dr. T. Pavan Kumar here. We are looking forward to him to share his knowledge. Sir, now the session is yours.
So thank you, Vishwapriya, for this nice gesture, and I'm really happy to see that the program of this 5 days FDP is going on very well. Of course, I was the speaker at day one, and also I am trying to be the speaker of the last day of this program. And I hope for all the last 4 days, all the participants would have got decent inputs on various topics uh, on IPR, especially related to the patents. So, with this brief, without wasting much of the time, today I'll be talking to you on patent claims, and preferably we do some hands-on exercise. So, I'll be sharing my screen. Maybe I would stop this my video because here weather is not good. If there is any technical glitch unnecessary, it will interfere. So I hope that should be fine. And I'm just doing that, and then meanwhile I'm sharing my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Yes, is my screen visible? Hello, is my screen
Sir,
visible?
yeah, your
Is
screen
my
is
screen?
visible, sir.
Okay, fine. So, good morning again. Today I'll be talking to you on patent claims, and we also do some hands-on exercise. So for last 4 days, some of my colleagues who spoke about the patent, the patent process, patent filing process, and some other topics would have given you the definition of a patent and how it looks like and what are the different benefits by obtaining patents. So in today's session, I'd be talking to you more on the patent claims. So before going into the claims, I just quickly give you some important insights associated with the patent practice, which are even more important for you to learn before attempting drafting of the claims. So a patent in simple terms is referred as a contract between the government and the inventor, for which government gives the inventor the right to stop others for 20 years. It is a techno-legal document. You need technical part as well as you need the legal component to be associated with the technical part. It is through this legal component you get the rights. So therefore, patent writing or patent drafting or claim drafting is not just like writing a manuscript for a publication. It's a conditional grant. It has got balance of rights and obligations. It is also subject to other laws of the land, and always it will be granted to the owner or the assignee. Please remember, a patent confers the right to exclude, but not the right to do. That means, according to the law, the right given to the inventor for obtaining patents is to stop others or to exclude others. That is the law, what is written there. But however, you are free to explore your patent. But law says you have the right to stop others. And believe me or not, patent practices or IP practices are not the very new practices. They are one of the age old practices. Even during 500 BC itself, Greeks used to grant protection to the inventors. So the terms that we are using today, patent, IP, or intellectual property or trademarks, these might be new, but the practices are not new at all. These are one of the age old practices. And here is the patent system timeline, historical aspects. You can please see, in early 1200, 10-year patent rights were granted in Italy for silk making devices. Even the first patent in England was granted for glass making process in 1449. The first American patent has come only in the year 1790. And in 1883, there was a first or a very initial international treaty held at Paris. Even as on today, it is still active. That is referred as Paris Convention for IPR protection. And then several establishments have taken place. But with respect to Indian practices, Indian patent system is very So whenever we talk about patents, it is always referred as Indian Patent Act 19 literary patentees, which means an open letter. Because you are disclosing your invention, you are getting some rights. Those are called as patent rights. And see, as I told you, the very first patent in US was obtained in the year 1790. It was issued for process of making potash. It is a chemical process. And this is the complete patent document of the very first patent issued from America in the year 1790. See, it is hardly a half a page document. We don't even properly understand. But yes, this used to be the way in which they used to apply for patents at an early stage. But now this is not sufficient. So therefore, I don't know whether you have really gone through a patent document or not. Even if not, please spend some time today, tomorrow, whenever you find it. You can go through some patents by accessing through Google Patents. Irrespective of the number of pages in a given patent document, a patent can be broadly divided into four parts. The first part is always referred as bibliographic data, then the drawings. The third part is description, and the fourth one is claims. In the first part, which is called as bibliographic data, you can find several fields like title of the invention, patent number, priority number, application number, and the dates referring to these numbers, assignee names, inventor names, and patent classification codes, abstract citations, and family members. Then comes drawing, and the third part, in the description part, again you find several fields like field of the invention, background of the invention, summary, description of the drawings, and detailed description. So these three parts are very, very essential for the public. And the fourth one, the claims, which are most essential and most important for the inventor or for the owner of the patent. And again, claims are of two types: independent claims and dependent claims. Of course, we'll be discussing in detail about what is called a dependent and what is called a independent claim. So, therefore, as I told you, the first three parts are bibliographic data, then the drawings, then the description. they are very useful for the public. But the fourth part is it very carefully presentation patent offices. Left hand side one is from WIPO or PCT application. Right hand side one is American patent application. Please spend a minute here. Try to look at the fields that are present in the page one or the very front part of the patent document, which is called as bibliographic data. Please see that. Okay, you can find the filing date, priority date, applicant, inventor names, title, classification. So similar kinds of information will be available on the page one itself. But from page one and here is a patent number, date of patent, date of grant, date 2050 different with respect to Indian patent practices. But from characters in one number. And what does it
Sir, is there any network issue for you?
So hope very sorry. Seems that there was some technical glitch. I don't know. I was not knowing that, but then I'll just start my screen. I'm just starting my screen. I'm just sharing my screen. You please do let me know where. I think did we discuss about this slide?
Yeah,
Yes.
sir. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So then comes the patent versus the publications practice. One need to always remember the kind of terminologies that are going into use while practicing publications versus patents. Author, manuscript writing, and affiliation go with respect to publications, whereas inventor, specification, drafting as and assignee goes with respect to the practice of patents. The reason is patent is a techno-legal document. So from here, quickly I'll show you an example of a patent document taken from the American Patent Office. So see here, this is the patent number, and there are some codes which I have marked in green. These three are very, very important. This US is a country code which refers to American United States, and there's a B2 code which is called as a kind code, and it indicates that it is a granted patent. So whenever you find kind code with B, B1, B2, B3, something kind of, it is called as a kind code, which refers to the granted patent. And there are also examples where you can find A1, A2, something kind of, that refers to a patent application which is only published but not granted. Apart from that, you also find some IPC technology area codes, international patent classification codes, because a lot of research is going in different areas, and lot of keywords, scientific terms may be used, but however it becomes for us very, very difficult to search in patents by only using keywords. And there were some international treaties based on which they have categorized the information and they have given the codes. So these codes will help us in identifying a proper patent referring to our research area. Of course, I will be talking to you in detail about these three codes. Apart from these three codes, you will also find all other information which is generally present on the page 1 or the very front page of patent application, and then followed by the field of the invention, drawing, the prior art, and then detailed description of the drawings, and finally the claims. So only you find the claims at the end of the patent document. First three parts are useful for the public, but for you as an inventor, it is the claim part which is more and more important. One need to be careful enough while drafting the claims, because it is through claims you get the rights. So quickly I'll show you some examples of the patent from different countries, and here again I marked these three codes. GB is a country code, it is a Great Britain, United Kingdom application. A, in earlier case you found B2, but here it is kind code is A. What does it mean? This is not a granted patent, this is only a published application, and these are the international classification codes. Similar is the case here. PL is for Poland. B1 is a granted patent, and this is the classification code. And few more examples to add to the list. AU is Australian patent. B2 is again a granted patent, and these are the classification codes. EP, European patent. B1 again the granted patent, and these are the classification codes. So likewise, irrespective of the country from which you take a patent, or irrespective of the country which is practicing the patents, each country is having a two-letter country code, and the kind code will always be present on the patent document. Through this kind code, you can make out whether the given document is a granted patent or a application or a published application. And in case of even in Indian example, see here, IN. IN means India. This is the patent application number, and publication kind. It is there. A. This is a published application, and here is IPC class code, International Patent Classification Code. So likewise, these codes will really help us in identifying the status of the given patent document or application. A means, as I mentioned, it's application. When I say A, it can be A1, A2, A3, anything. And B means the real patent. So whenever you talk or whenever you refer about a patent, it should be B. The document with the kind code B When I say B, it can be B, B1, B2, B3, anything. That is only called as the patent. Otherwise, that's simply a patent application. If you find E, it is reissued patent. And in case of D, it may be a design patent. And design patent is a practice present in America, but not in India. And these are the examples of country codes: US, GB, DE, JP, FR, CN, KR, INCH, likewise for the respective countries. And few more examples to the country codes. Believe me, all countries which are practicing patents are having two-letter country code. All countries, irrespective of whether the country is a Asian country, European country, or African country, this country or that country, every country has got a two-letter country code. And then comes patent classification codes. I had shown you in the examples about IPC, International Patent Classification System, or International Patent Classification Codes. But there are altogether four methods of classification: American classification, European classification, international classification, and Japanese. Hello? Hello? Japanese classification, right? And out of all these three, hello? Out of all these three, these three, American, European, and Japanese, will be present in their respective countries' patent documents only. But international patent classification system has got a wider applicability. It is this code or this coding pattern will be present each and every patent irrespective of its origin. American patent, Indian patent, Japanese patent, Korean patent, Chinese patent, take any patent, yes, you will find international patent classification system. So therefore, it is very, very important for us to learn on this system. International Patent Classification System, in short, is referred as IPC. It has got largest set of symbols or codes, and it serves as a very efficient tool for searching patent literature in comparison to term or keyword searching, because it is language independent, terminology independent, and is a standardized application to all the documents. So therefore, whenever you find a relevant code, it becomes more and more easy for you to perform the patent search as well as analysis of the activity. Okay, so therefore one need to be very, very careful enough while performing the search. And all the fields, all the research areas as on today which are present are divided into 8 major sections: section A to section H. Each section talks about something specific. Section A is about human necessities, B is about performing operations and transporting, C is about chemistry and metallurgy, likewise. Section H is about electricity. Of course, though it appears that physics or electricity or something, it doesn't mean that the codes or the fields or the subjects, the further subjects in these sections are only limited to physics. No, there can be interdisciplinary kind of thing. There are more than 150 million patent documents available as on today. All these 150 documents are divided into these 8 sections, and accordingly coding is given. And there are 12 levels of hierarchy in this international patent classification system. What is the use? See here, very quick. See this. Suppose this is all about section H. Section H talks about electricity. It is a very broad. Electricity is a very broad area. And as you go down, this is section to further down. Section, class, subclass, main group, subgroup, subgroup, subgroup. Likewise, 12 levels will be there. If you take this level of code and perform the search, you may get 34,000 results. Analyzing, reading, understanding 34,000 documents is not easy. Very difficult to understand. And there are 12
Sir?
So I think now I am okay. So I'm just sharing my screen. I don't know why it is happening today. Anyway, I'm just sharing my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Yes.
Yeah, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay. Okay. I think now there should not be any problem. So this is
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
patentability criteria. It is not that whatever works you develop, you will definitely get patents. No, it won't go in that manner. Your work has to satisfy the criteria of patentability. There are four major criteria which can be referred under NUNS test, NUNS test: novelty, utility, non-obviousness, and statutes of the nation. Once your work satisfies these criteria, certainly there is a good possibility for you to obtain patents. And identifying novelty, utility, and inventive step might be quite easy, and it needs some kind of exercise to be performed. But however, coming to the statutes of the nations, the inventions listed under section 3 and section 4 of Indian Patent Act 1970, irrespective of the novelty, utility, and non-obviousness criteria, they are not patentable at all. They are not allowed for filing patents in India because Indian Patent Act do not allow. Our Indian system do not allow filing of patents for these works. So therefore, whenever your work is falling under these given criterias of section 3 and section 4, please don't even try to applying patents, because anyway it is not going to be granted. The reason is your invention falls under non-patentable inventions in India. So any invention related to method of diagnosis, treatment, surgery, operations, or inventions related to atomic energy, or inventions related to computer programs, method of agriculture, horticulture, any games or any traditional methods, the way of presenting the information, any compound which is a mixture of two known compounds, or any new property of the known compound, or discovering something which is already existing in the nature. If you do any of these things, you will not get patent, and therefore better not to put any effort also, because at the end your patent is not going to be granted. Right, again I came back to this slide. As I mentioned, by now you all must be very much aware that it is the claim which is more important for the inventor, and it is through claim we get our rights. From here, let us discuss more on the claims. So therefore, now there is a exercise to be carried out for you all. Please see this. Suppose if you want to protect your property, which kind of boundary do you prefer? Which kind of boundary do you prefer? Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you prefer? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you prefer? I hope everyone will prefer for 4 because it is more strong, and as your boundary is strong, you'll be more safe. That is what I feel, right? So therefore, when you are very much confident about the boundary of your property, in similar way, you should be very much confident about the claim of your patent, because claim is equivalent to the boundary that you make for your property. So this is a physical boundary that you are making for your traditional property, but claim is a boundary which you make for your intellectual property in the form of patents. So here is the description on claims. A claim is a written statement. Claims are the part of the patent application where the inventor specifically states what their invention is and what it can do. Claims define the legal scope of a patent and define what can be protected by patent law. And claims define the invention described in a patent or patent application. And more about the claims. Claim is referred as the heart of a patent, and claims are tested before granting by the examiner. Claims are the legal or exclusive rights. That is the reason why patent is referred as a techno-legal document. The legal component is through claims. You cannot write the claim the manner you wish. No. In a publication, in a scientific article, you are free to frame your sentences, you are free to frame your paragraphs. But with respect to patents, claims have to be structured in a given format only. If they are not structured in the given format, you will be the loser. So therefore, here is the claim structure. It has got 3 parts. The first part is preamble, the last part is body, and the middle part is called as transition. Preamble names the invention, and the body part of the claim recites all the elements, limitations, and antecedent basis and relationships. And the transition or the middle part acts as a bridge. It acts as a bridge between the first and the last part. It introduces the elements and limitations that make up the invention. Again, there are 2 kinds of transition: open transition or closed transition. If you wish to make your protection much wider in coverage, you have to opt for open transition, like comprising, including. But if you are just happy with the narrow claims, then you can use consisting of, essentially consisting of. Again, it is a art, as I mentioned. So please see this. If this is your invention, the yellow one is the boundary. This boundary is nothing but the claim. So your boundary should be as strong as the one we have seen earlier, the 4th example. And if your boundary is strong, no one will really try or dare to pass on through your invention. If your boundary is weak, everyone can try, everyone can exploit. There are 2 types of claims, as I mentioned: independent and dependent. The terms itself reflects their meaning. Independent means it stands on its own. Dependent always depends on the previous claim. One example of a nicotine process. This is my own patent. This is a granted patent from American Patent Office, and here is the process for the nicotine, preparation of nicotine. This is a 3-step process. It's a granted patent, and please see the claim: a process for preparation of racemic nicotine. This is called as preamble because it is introducing the invention. Comprising is the connector word or transition. And the rest of the part from here to here until the end of this claim 1 is called as the body. It includes 3 substeps like mixing 3-pyridine and chlorinator in presence of so and so, reducing so and so, then methylation of so and so likewise. So this constitutes the entire claim, and this is the first claim. Always first claim will be the independent claim. There can be more than one independent claim in a given patent, but the first claim will be always independent. It is also referred as the main claim. Followed by, you can find the subclaims or dependent claims. The process as claimed in claim 1, wherein the alcoholic solvent is selected from the group consisting of ethyl alcohol and methyl alcohol. This is claim number 2, which is based on
the claim 1. So here there is a reference of the claim 1. So therefore it is called as dependent claim. There can be any number of dependent claims. And these are the different types of claims that are generally practiced or generally we come across. Please see the slide carefully. If you develop a product, the patent is called as product patent and the claims are called as product claims. The nature, type, and protection of the patent is directly linked to the type of the claim. So when you say product patent, the claims are product claims. When you say process patent, the claims are process claims. You are claiming for the process. If you are claiming for the product, it becomes a product patent. If you claim for the process, the patent becomes a process patent. If you claim for both, it can be a product by process claim or product by process patent. And for chemistry people or medicinal chemistry people or pharmaceutical chemistry people, there is a possibility of Marcus claim. This is a claim which is used to get the broader coverage. See this example. If you make a compound of chloro, cyano, and CH2NH2, CH3, and CH2CH3, if this is the specific compound that you make, but if you protect only this compound, tomorrow by looking at your patent, someone else may come up with bromo or iodo or fluoro here, right? And instead of methyl, it can be some other alkyl. Instead of ethyl, it can be some other alkyl. So to avoid all those kind of possibilities, you can go for a generic claim. Though you made only one compound, you can use a generic claim. This chloro can be replaced with halo. This CH3 and CH2 can be with alkyl or aryl or some other alkyl, general alkyl groups. So likewise, by that way, you can get a broader coverage. And there are also claims which are referred as Jepson claims. These claims are for the works which are under the improvement of existing inventions. If you develop a work which is an improved version of the existing work, in those cases you have to opt for Jepson claims. And there is a type of claim called as Swiss claim. Swiss claim. Here, these claims are given for the second and further medical use of a known substance or composition. Suppose if during the case of COVID, favipiravir and remdesivir were repurposed towards the treatment of COVID. Good, but use of favipiravir or remdesivir for treating COVID is not patentable in India. And use of favipiravir or remdesivir is allowed for patenting in other countries because it is a second medical use of those drug molecules. And second medical use as such is not allowed in India, but it is allowed in some countries like US. So such kind of claims are called as Swiss claims. And here is the list of claims which are allowed in India. Product claims are allowed, process claims are allowed, composition claims are allowed, method of treatment is not allowed, new physical forms are generally not allowed unless and otherwise if they show enhanced therapeutic efficacy. Living organisms are not allowed except for the microorganisms. So therefore, whenever you develop a new work, whenever you develop a new work, you need to be very, very careful enough. If you are interested to file patents, it should fall under the category of acceptable claims in India. Then how to draft? How to draft the claim? That is the most essential part of any patenting activity. It is like climax. If you go for a film, climax is more important, right? Everything keeps you entertained, but climax will keep you or put you in a suspense. Similar is the case with claims. All other parts of the document are like the general things, but claims are more important. It is through claims your fate will depend. Whether a film will become a success or a failure depends on its climax also, majorly on the climax part of the film. Similar is the case with patents. Claim is like a climax. If your claims are proper, you are safe, you will be successful. Otherwise, gone case. So therefore, please read, please look at this double funnel concept. Please look at this, try to spend a minute or two there, try to understand so that I will explain you further. See here, if you can understand this double funnel concept clearly, I think your job will become more and more easy while drafting the claims. This, the very first opening of this funnel is very broad, which indicates the area of your invention, which indicates the entire area or the depth or breadth of your disclosure, and including the background of your invention. And the second opening of the funnel, out of the double funnel concept, it is believed area where claims are permitted. It is believed area where claims are permitted. And the tip of this funnel is the embodiment. Embodiment is the actual experimentation that you are really that you have really performed, or actual examples that you have really developed out of your engagement. So therefore, you are doing only this much, you are protecting this much under this broad area of invention. So hope this concept is clear. I'll explain further by taking a example. See, there are three major legal constructs with respect to a patent. The first one is invention. Look at the size. Depending upon the size, its coverage will be there. Its breadth is indicated with respect to the size of the words that I wrote here. Invention is very big, very broad in the sense claims are in between the invention and the embodiments. And embodiments are the real experimentations that you are performing. So this is the real experiment, and this is the kind of protection that you are getting for your works, and this is the entire area. Okay? And how to define this? See the definitions. An invention is nothing but a mental construct inside the mind of the inventor with no physical substance. Okay? Invention is a mental construct inside the mind with no physical substance. But an embodiment is a physical form of the invention. Suppose today you may think that I have to develop a new tea cup. Good. But how do you develop that? If you start developing, you have to experiment. While experimenting, you may develop one cup. That one cup will become the embodiment. But that one cup is not the entire invention. That is a part of the invention or a representation of the invention. But the claims will protect at least one embodiment. However, the best claim protect the entire invention. So therefore, the inventor's embodiment and all other possible embodiments of the invention need to be taken care while drafting the claim. Of course, even now it appears to be difficult to understand, and I can make out. But now I will try to make you understand these three concepts by taking a simple example. Look at this. This is invention. You are thinking about something in the mind that is called as invention. But when you start experimenting, you may do one experiment, one example that is called as embodiment. And whenever you try to protect, you try to cover little more than what you have actually performed. That is called as claim. To add to this further, see this example. If you are planning to invent first cup to have a handle, that is a mental construct in the mind. Your idea is to invent a first cup having the handle. If that is your idea, if that is your invention, yes, good. It has only got a mental construct. In the mind, there is a picturization of your invention. But when you start working on this, you made this red clay cup with handle. First cup with handle is invention. But when you made it, when you are making the cup, what kind of material you have to take, what kind of color you have to put in. So red clay cup with handle. So cup with handle is invention, but red clay cup with handle is embodiment. This is the experiment. This is the example. So this is embodiment and this is invention. Then what is the claim? Here invention is first cup with a handle is invention. Red clay cup with a handle is the embodiment. But whenever you try to construct a claim, you have to construct in this manner. A cup with a handle. Almost all it is matching to the invention. A cup with a handle. When you say a cup with a handle, it includes red clay cup with a handle, blue cup with a handle, blue cup with another material with a handle, yellow cup, broad, black cup, white cup, any kind of color, any kind of material is included into that. So therefore, this is how one need to be intelligent in writing the claims. Why narrowest scope is required? Why at least one example is required means to prove the validity of your invention, at least one example is very much required. And broadest scope, though you made only one, why you are covering broader? Because this broader scope is very much required for the commercial protection, for the commercial benefit. Suppose if you claim only the red clay cup with handle, by looking at your patent, I will develop a blue cup with another material. Instead of clay, I develop a blue cup with glass material. Another one will develop green cup with some other material. So they will also get a patent. So to avoid all those things, you have to go for a broader protection. So therefore, when I say a cup with a handle, this is what I made, but I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting all this. No? So apart from only these two, we are also doing many others, right? We made only this cup, but we constructed our claim in a manner that it covers this, it covers this, it also covers all these things. That is the advantage, that is the art, that is the trick, that is the tactic. Whatever you call, one need to be very, very intelligent enough while drafting the claims. So from here, quickly I'll show you some more examples. I'm an organic chemist. We developed these 20 or 25 molecules, but these 25 are not the end. There can be another 25, there can be another 25. Likewise, there can be some hundreds, thousands, or lakhs of molecules of similar structure. So therefore, we adopted a marker structure wherein these parts are mentioned as ring A and ring B, because this part we kept tactic, this part static. All other parts are variables. So likewise, we developed this marker structure. We filed the patent not only in India, in more than 8 or 9 countries. In almost only 9 countries, this patent has been already granted. In two countries, it is still under process. So now, please understand that whenever you talk about the claim or whenever you talk about the patents, the game is all about the claim. The main game in respect to patenting is the claim. If you are proper, if you are perfect with respect to claim construction, yes, your patent would be a very, very potential patent. If you are weak in claims, if your claims are weak, it is gone case. Having a patent, not having a patent is one and the same. Now, let us do one more example. Glass with water. What is this? A glass with water. This is a glass with water. This is a very generic representation. Suppose if you want to claim this, or if you want to safeguard this, how do you present? The glass is half full. When I say half, it is 50%, right? Then what about this part? So then you may some people may say the glass is half empty. If you say this you are leaving for others to venture in. And when you say this part is being kept open for others to exploit. Or you may say both. This is optimistic, this is pessimistic. But if you sometimes you may say we are both. If that is the case, then what about this? What about more than 50? What about less than 50? All these are possible. But your example is only one. You made this only one example. But while protecting, you cannot leave others. You also should include all other possibilities. So that is where people like me or people like the one who has got both technical as well as patent skills are very much required. If you ask me, I'll protect by this way. Liquid water bisecting an open cylindrical vessel. Now you tell me, where is 50% off? Where is 50% empty? Where is this? Where is that? Starting from 1% to 99.99% full or empty, everything is covered. But the main example is only one, but the coverage is very much broader. That is where one has to learn the art of claim drafting. Of course, patenting is not just a science, not just a art. It is a scientific art. In my opinion, patenting is a scientific art, and especially the claim drafting is even more important. So therefore, one need to one need to be very efficient in knowing about their entire invention. These are the things that one need to know while drafting the patent. One need to understand the invention, find the gist of the invention, find the right embodiments, find the right words or terminology, because words are power. You need to find the right words and terminology or and the sentences to describe the invention. They are very important. It is by the words, by the terms that you use, the safety or the extent of protection for your invention depends. And also, you should have imagination how competitors could avoid the claimed invention but still take advantage of its teachings. So, you should also take the role of a competitor for your invention and think in that direction so that you will not leave any scope for others. And these are some of the terms one need to avoid while constructing the claims. Please look at these terms for a minute.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
No, I just kept it for a minute for the people
Okay,
to
okay.
read the terms.
Okay, fine.
Okay. These are the terms that one need to avoid, like laudatory terms, limiting terms, comparative terms, undefined terms, indefinitive terms, like etc., abbreviations, acronyms, trademarks, popular names, ambiguous words, units of measurement, which are not in the metric system, using the word height, weight, or very productive, or comparative yields. All these kind of words need to be avoided. Okay. And now, with this brief understanding on the claims and the pattern and the characteristics, let us do one exercise. It is all about the cheeseburger. So this is the example given. I am showing this example on the screen. Please look at it, read it carefully, whatever is present on the screen, and try to come up with some claim, at least first claim. So please put some efforts. I'll keep this slide for a minute here, and then I will explain. Spend a minute here. Try to generate some kind of ideas on how do you construct or how do you frame the claim number one. Please look into this cheeseburger. Please see this. Please see this cheeseburger. There are two buns. There's a cheese and a beef patty. Only this much is there. Then how do you construct? I don't know whether someone has really put some efforts to frame the claim number one, but the answer is here. The invention claimed is a cheeseburger for consumption. This is the preamble. Always please remember, whenever you are constructing the claims, you should follow the claim structure: preamble, transition, and the body. A cheeseburger for consumption is preamble. Comprising is a transition word. First and second buns, a patty positioned between said first and second buns, and a slice of cheese melted on said patty. So what is missing here? Why I'm using said first and second bun? Said patty. Huh? There is something. See the language. Otherwise, I could have a cheeseburger for consumption comprising two buns, a patty, and a cheese. Cheese positioned between the two buns. That would have been sufficient, no? But no, I'm calling it as first and second bun, a patty positioned between said first and second buns, and a slice of cheese melted on said patty. What is this said? What is this first? What is this second? There are only two buns, na? Why first and second? That is where the art comes. You are only looking technically, but you should also add the art of claim drafting. So why second comes, and what is missing here? See this. Bun is there, cheese has come, patty has come, but what is missing? Beef. The term beef is missing here. I did not put beef here. Why? Purposefully I did not put. If I put the beef patty here, gone case. Tomorrow someone comes up with a similar kind of cheeseburger, but not with beef, but some other material. They'll also get a patent, because whenever you put the word beef, you are limiting yourself to only that example. So therefore, that part has to come in the next claim. The cheeseburger of claim one, sorry, the cheeseburger of claim one, wherein said patty is made of ground beef. In the claim 2 I'm introducing, because claim 1 I'm making it broad, and as you go down I'm introducing the specific elements of my own experimentation or own examples. So therefore, whenever someone reads only the claim 2, claim 2 is as equivalent to that of an independent, though it is a dependent claim, but yes, it is equivalent to that of an independent claim, because a cheeseburger of claim 1 means it includes all, and having a patty which is made up of ground beef. That is how one need to develop the art of claim drafting. And why did I use first and second bun? Said first and second bun. People might be intelligent. Instead of 2 bun cheeseburger, people may go with 3 buns, 4 buns, 5 buns, 20 buns, 30 buns, 100 buns, 1,000 buns. Even if you go with 1,000 or 1 lakh buns, my claim is still valid. The reason is first and second bun. If you start from here, it is first, the next one is second. If you start from here, this is first and next one is second. If you start from here, this is first and the next one is second. So whether there are 2 buns or 20 buns or 200 buns, 2,000, 2 lakh buns, the claim is still valid. That is the reason why one need to be careful enough while selecting the terms in claim construction. So first bun, second bun, and the beef patty. Now I have added few more additional materials like tomatoes, special sauce, lettuce, some other things. Yes, those additional materials can also be added in further claims. See here, the cheeseburger of claim 1 further including a piece of lettuce disposed between the said patty and the said first bun. So likewise, one need to develop the art. So therefore, please believe me, patent drafting is more a kind of art than the science. And in general, we can refer it as a scientific art. It is not just a science, not just a art, but it is both. Okay. So therefore, always remember, first drafts don't, they need not be perfect. First drafts, they need not be perfect, but they just have to be written. Okay. So one need to remember this. They have to be written first, irrespective of whether they are 100% correct or not. Once you start, then only you can fine tune. Starting is more important. But believe me, even as on today, many of my colleagues since last 4 years, they keep, whenever they see me, they keep telling, Pavanji, we will come to you. That we discuss now. When they discuss 4 5 years back, they discuss, but till now they are not finding time. When I ask them very seriously, they say, yes, yes, we are working off the draft. Once it comes to a proper shape, we will come to you. But I'm guaranteed that the draft will never come to proper shape, because at the very first attempt itself, they want to make it as a proper draft, perfect draft, which is not going to be possible to anyone. Whether you believe me or not, my own first patent, it took more than 3 years for me to draft and file, in spite of having the subject, having the IP knowledge. I was having proper subject knowledge, I was having proper IP subject, also working experience. In spite of that, it took more than 3 years. Yes, because first attempt is not that easy. But even for me, out of those 3 years, first 2 years, I took only just to make the draft. The same reason. Oh, draft bole to it should be perfect. If you are in the process of making a draft to its perfection at the very first attempt, that is not going to happen. It takes years, years after years, sometimes decades also, and you may not file a patent at all. So therefore, please believe me, whenever you are in the process of filing patents, please come up with the first draft at the earliest. And research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. But patents or inventions are not like that. Ideas might be common, inventions are rare. You will get patents only for the inventions, not just for the ideas. An invention is the one which satisfies the four criteria of patentability. And a strong or a potential invention is the one which has got a strong patent protection. And which invention will get a strong protection? The one which has got a proper claim construction. So therefore, claim construction is very, very important. And if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. So therefore, please try to learn the art of claim construction. That is more important. And believe me, again, it is not that to obtain patents, all the time you need to come up with 100% new works. No, not required at all. Look at the existing patents, look at the existing technologies, and try to see whether you can bring on some improvement which is a significant improvement, or which improvement results into some significant improvement in the performance. So all those can also be taken for patents. More than 90% of patents worldwide are majorly filed for the improvements of existing patents rather than the original works. So therefore, there is a good scope for all of us to file more and more patents. And I don't know whether you have come across anything like global patent. And if you still believe that, yes, we have come across and there's a possibility of having a global patent, if you still believe so, I'm very sorry. There is nothing like global patent. There is nothing like global patent. Not even the world patent. There is nothing like world patent. Okay, there is nothing like global patent. There is nothing like world patent. And even there is nothing like international patent also. But of course, many people, knowingly or unknowingly, they may cite whether you have patents. If so, national or international, they may ask. Sometimes in our organizations also, people will ask whether you have national or international patents. National patents are correct, but international patent, nothing is like that, because patents are granted by national offices only. There is no international agency which can grant a patent. So therefore, Please remember, again I am repeating, there is nothing like world patent, global patent, or international patent. Even if someone tells you that it is there, they are wrong, but please don't believe them. There is nothing like that. But yes, one thing is there, that is called international patent application. International patent is not there, but yes, international patent application is there. With one application, you can retain your priority in more than 160 or 170 countries. But to obtain patents in those countries, again, you need to enter your application differently. So therefore, again, I am telling repeatedly, global patent, world patent, and international patent is not there. Nothing like that is there. But international patent application is there, which is also referred as WIPO application or PCT application. That is called as international patent application. And generally, we know many things, we'll be knowing, or we come across many things, but we develop feeling only for few things where we are excited to do, or we are excited to learn more. But when it comes to doing part, hardly we do very few things out of the things which we develop feeling, and out of the things which we really know. So therefore, now the time has come for us, we need to reverse this process. Let us know only few things, but let us do more out of the known things. So doing part, as we increase the doing part, there will be great progress for an individual, for an organization, for a society at large. So doing is more and more important. And please read this: formulate hypothesis, accumulate data, do extensive testing. I hope most of our research is happening in the same way, right? In a similar manner, at least, if not the same. If it is so, and if this is the research trend, then this is the old way. When we look at ourselves, we are very modern. Compared to last 100 years to now, we are more advanced. We are more modern in our outlook, and we are having modern gadgets. We always love to have them. But when it comes to research, we are still happy with this. How come? We want to be modern in our approach, in our lifestyle, in our day-to-day living. But when it comes to our research, yes, we say, yes, sir, I am doing this. No, we cannot be happy just by doing this, because this is the old way. We are in the new generation. So then what is the new way? This is the new way. Formulate a hypothesis, patent it, raise some million. Of course, 17 is some number I kept it, but it can be any number. It is not that every work need to be translated into a patent and it should fetch some monies. No, but wherever there is a scope, whichever work there is a potential, you should definitely do that. And from here, quickly I'll show you my own examples of some works where we could able to convert them into patentable outcomes. I'm an organic chemist by training, and we always try to develop small molecules for various biological applications. So in that way, we developed these molecules. All these structures I am showing on the screen are marker structures. These are the generic structures, but of course, each generic structure may have got about 10 to 30 specific structures which we made. But to get a wider protection, we used generic structures, and we filed patents. Wherever there's a possibility, we filed patents. For this work, we filed patents in India and US. But for this, India, US, I think China, Switzerland, Korea, Japan, and some European countries. And this we filed only in India. And this is not, we have not filed, we are planning. And these are the front pages of our PCT applications, which are also called as international patent applications. And as I told you, in case of PCT, you will find only A, because international application is only there. There is nothing like international patent. So you will not find kind code B with respect to PCT application. And there are a few more works. This is a natural product. We developed the unlocks of this natural product and we filed patents. And this is a nicotine. We developed the process for this nicotine. As on today, this is one of the most feasible process to be developed, and one of the shortest process also. We filed more than 6 patents for this, and all these 6 are granted. Even for this, Indian patent and as well as American patent, both are granted. And this is the work for the first time where we thought of filing patents in the year 2015. Before 2015, we were not having even a single patent. We were not into the practice of patents. Only from 2015 we realized the value and we started working in collaborations, and then we started filing patents. But luckily, though we filed patents in 2015, by 2019 these four patents we could license them to Sun Pharma, and we received 5 crores as royalty. And we could license this to Sun Pharma because it is a patent, and because it is a patent we could license, we could earn money. Otherwise we would have ended up in submitting or publishing it in a very high impact journal. Of course, after filing patents we also publish this, because we filed patents, we could license and we could attract some money. Otherwise, even if it has been published in Nature, there would not have been any future for us, because people would have read our Nature paper, they would have practiced it. Whether it's a Nature paper or other paper, they can practice it free of cost. Once you file patent, you have protected your work through IP. Once IP protection is there, others cannot start working on your patented invention, because you have the rights. You have the right to stop them. Patent confers the right to stop others, exclude others. So therefore, that is how Sun Pharma has come forward to talk to us. When they have shown interest in taking our patent, we have licensed our patents and we got the money in return. And these are the front pages of the American patents granted for our works. This one is for the work which we licensed to Sun Pharma, and this one is on the process of nicotine. You can find B. These are the granted patents. So again, I brought this slide to make a repetition. Author, manuscript writing, and affiliation are used while practicing publications, but the inventor, specification, drafting, and assignee have to be used while practicing patents, because patent is a techno-legal document. And future wars definitely will not happen over territories, but they'll be fought over ownership and exploitation of ideas, because ideas, thoughts, inventions, and IPs are going to rule the world. Of course, the ruling has already started, but definitely in near future it will be more towards this aspect only. Again, we all should remember that along with the practice of publishing papers, we should also reorient towards India first, innovation first, and IP first. Whatever activity you take up, it should add value to the country. Whatever works you carry out, there should be some or other innovativeness. And wherever there is a possibility, you should take an IP first. By doing these three, in addition to the practice of making publications, certainly we can do a great progress and we can do wonders. So with this, I just stop here. And if you have any queries, we can take them. Any queries on patent claims or those things, we can take and we can discuss further. Yes, if you have any queries, we can discuss.
The session is open now for all your queries. Participants can post your queries in the chat box. Participants, those who have any queries can post your queries in the YouTube chat box. Nobody has any questions to ask?
I want to file a copyright for a design. What and how I need to do? There are many forms. I am getting confused with it. Uh, See, you want to file a copyright for a design. If you have a design, you can go for a design application. If you have developed any product, and if you want to protect the aesthetic aspect of that, you can go for a design filing. And if it is a artistic feature, if it is a artistic work, yes, you can go for a copyright. But I think copyright filing is very simple in comparison to other IPs, especially the patents or trademark or industrial designs. And details in the sense, I think today's session is more on patent claims. If I have to take up copyright again, it would be a very lengthy discussion. But I have one suggestion for you. You can visit the Copyright Office of India. There, a stepwise guide for the authors is given. You can read that, and accordingly you can put your application. See, filing of IP is not that simple. In any case, you need to put in some efforts to know the procedure, to know the formalities, and also in the next level, you need to put few more efforts to fulfill all those formalities. It is not like a 15 minutes or 20 minutes job. At least you need to spend few days to learn more and to do it properly. This is what I can suggest at present. Which one is best, patent utility or design patent? See, in India, there is nothing like design patent. Okay, there is a patent, there is a design. Whatever design patent we call, it is a practice of American system. Instead, in India, we call it as an industrial design. And if you want to know which one is more advantageous, patent is always more advantageous over industrial design. Okay, patent is always advantageous over industrial design, because in case of industrial design, you only get the protection for the aesthetic aspects. No technical aspect will be protected through industrial design. But in case of patents, you get the protection for the entire work. What are the types of patent that, no, I did not see it fully. You can put it again. What are the types of patent that will give more values to computers? Yes, very good. I think in India, computer programs as such are not patentable. Okay. Again, these are listed under Section 3 and Section 4. So computer programs as such are not patentable in India. But however, if you can integrate a computer program with the hardware, a computer program embedded with a hardware can be patentable. Computer programs as such are patentable in the countries like US, but not in India. So there is some kind of limitation with respect to computer science. And even if you can prove a technical merit over the existing thing, there is a possibility. Dear sir, can methodologies be copyrighted? What kind of methodologies you are talking about? Any methodology, if it is a flowchart or a thought process put in the form of an expressive work, yes, it can go for copyright. But if you are carrying out some experimentation, that experimentation as such cannot go for copyright, because it will qualify for invention. I think your methodology is all about chemistry methodology or the teaching methodology. If you are talking about teaching methodologies, yes, if you develop a teaching method, if you make a flowchart of that one, certainly it can go for copyright. Yes. Yes, it can go. Like you have to develop a flowchart, the process, so to be followed, so it can go for copyright. Any artistic feature can also go under a copyright. Welcome.
Any other questions, participants?
Yes, please. If you have any other questions, you may please raise. Yeah, I 5 minutes for further discussion, because claim construction is such an important thing. So I thought if you have any queries or any doubts related to claims or patent processes and understanding on patents, it will be more useful to make a detailed discussion.
So we have a question here.
Yes, please. Uh,
Patent or yeah, SCI journal, which one is more valuable?
if you ask me, patent is more valuable because if there is a commercial viability for your work, if you have patent, you can generate revenue. And of course, journal SCA journal will also give you some value to showcase in your profile and to showcase your activities. Except for the showcasing of your activities, no other benefit will happen with respect to journals. But patent will give you additional benefits. But at the same time, please remember that for the same work, you can first file a patent and then you can publish it in SCA journal. It is like one plus one offer. So therefore, I suggest you to take both. Take patent first, followed by publication. It will be like your advantage will be multiplied with great numbers. With publication, if you are getting 10% benefit, means with patent you will get another 50% benefit. By putting both, you will get 90% benefit. So therefore, always doing both is more advantageous. So can we have your contact number or email ID? Yes, I think you can. If you want, I can read out. You can write it because I cannot put in the chart here, or I'll put in the chart here. 800-810-5781 is my mobile number, and this is my email ID. All are all in small letters. Of course, I typed them in capital letters, but they are all in small letters. Acha, I don't know. Chat with everyone in the studio. Comments.
So one more question. Shall I
Shall
patent my research thesis?
Shall I patent my research thesis? See, a research thesis is a document. Okay, it's a book. It's a book or a document or a report. The entire report you cannot patent because that can go under copyright. Okay, but individual chapter, individual work, individual experiments leading to some research work, they can go for patent. But as such, suppose if this is your research thesis, as such, this thesis cannot be patentable. Patent is given for a invention. Okay, in your thesis if you have three chapters, if three chapters talk about three different things, and if those three different things can be categorized as inventions, yes, for those inventions you can get patents, but not as such for the thesis book. Hope I have answered your query. Thank you very much. If there are any further queries, you can please raise.
Any other questions, participants? Sir, shall we wait or we'll close the session?
Well, up to you. I think if there are no further questions, then we can conclude.
Yeah, yeah.
And if anyone has got any other questions at a later stage also, they can very well contact me or they can write to me on my email. So anyway, I have provided my email ID and also mobile number. They can write me in WhatsApp or they can also write me in email. Maybe if you can also provide me the list of participants, the Excel file or something where their email IDs are there. Like I can send my email IDs. Anything is fine, not an issue.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, okay. So thank you, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, for being here and sharing your expertise with us. Before we conclude today's session, let's express our gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. I would like to call Mrs. Maithili, Assistant Professor, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I think there is one more query. I don't know the entire. I don't see the entire message, but sir, for the international patent, please remember that there is nothing like international patent. There is only international patent application. Okay.
பாபு சார் 3 கொஸ்டின் அதுல லோகோ ஏ பிளஸ் இருக்கு அதுல அது மட்டும் மாதிரி 3 பிரிண்ட் ஊத்தினா கீழே ஜெராக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அது மட்டும் மாற்றி அப்புறம்
Good afternoon, all. Myself, Maithili, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Unit Institute. It's my great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. Let me first start with thanking the Almighty for making this event a wonderful success. Then I thank our speaker, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, Senior Scientist, CSIR, IMMT, Bhubaneswar, Innovation and PR for Academic and Research. Thank you, sir, for such a knowledgeable and enlightening session. It's my pleasure to thank our Honorable and Dynamic President, ER Arun Kumar, who has been a great continuous support system and always encourages to take a step forward and stay ahead. I also thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi Ma'am, Registrar Dr. C.B. Parnival Sir, Additional Registrar Dr. V. Cyril Raj Sir, Advisor Dr. Mehta Sir, and Dean E&T Dr. H. Raj Sir for the guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. My heartfelt thanks to my head, Dr. N. Kanya, and my dear colleagues who worked hard to ensure this event becomes a milestone. My special thanks to our participants who have actively actively participated. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Maithili, for your thoughtful words of appreciation. With that, we come to the end of our 5 days virtual faculty development program on intellectual property rights and patents. We hope you found all the sessions enlightening and informative. Attendance and feedback link will be posted in the YouTube chat box. Please fill in before you leave. And we'll be posting a small evaluation test link which will have few multiple choice questions. So kindly enter in and answer it. Attendance and the evaluation test both are mandatory for getting certificate. The end of one story is the new beginning for many others. On this note, let's conclude the session. I share my heartfelt gratitude to everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.
constitute the pride of the hospital healthcare delivery. The well-stocked pharmacy in the hospital works around the clock.
Faculty of Dental Surgery, Thai Mogambigai Dental College and Hospital. Faculty of Architecture. Faculty of Arts and Commerce. Faculty of Humanities and Sciences. Faculty of Law. Faculty of Physiotherapy.
Skilled staffed physiotherapy department helps in the rehabilitation process.
Faculty of Pharmacy.
The well-stocked pharmacy in the hospital works around the clock.
Faculty of Nursing. Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. Computer Applications. Faculty of Hotel Management, De Novo courses. Faculty of Education. General Studies.
Library is a treasure trove of knowledge. Fully equipped ambulance services, multi-cuisine nutritional cafeteria for students and the staff, gym facilities, separate sessions for men and women, comes with all exercise equipment. A spectacular cricket ground and separate swimming pools for boys and girls.
Few of our events in lineup. Degrees are awarded to the graduates on the convocation day. Dr.M.G.R. University, providing education with moral and social values to bring out the youth with character and humility beyond compare. Following the footsteps of a phenomenon, Bharat Ratna Dr. M.G. Ramachandran, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, for meaningful progress and better tomorrow.
நாங்க 2 பேரும் ஹெல்தி காம்படிஷன்ல பார்ட்னர்கள். எங்களோட ஹெல்த் பார்ட்னர் லைட் ஹார்லிக்ஸ். ஜீரோ ஆடட் சுகர், ஹை புரோட்டீன், ஆக்டிவ் லைஃப்.
இப்போது ரூபாய் 294కు பெறுங்கள்.
హాయ్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. నేను మీ సుధీర్ రెడ్డిని, సిఎస్సి థర్డ్ ఇయర్. నేను మన నెల్లూరు ఆత్మకూరు నుంచి వచ్చి ఇక్కడ జాయిన్ అయ్యి చదువుతున్నాను మన ఎంజీఆర్ యూనివర్సిటీలో. ఈరోజు మన ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరూ కూడా అడిగారు మన ఎంజీఆర్ యూనివర్సిటీ యొక్క క్యాంపస్ టూర్ ఒకటి చేయమని. సో దానికోసం నేను మన ఎంజీఆర్ యూనివర్సిటీ క్యాంపస్ టూర్ చేస్తాను. చూస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇదే మన యొక్క ఎంజీఆర్ యూనివర్సిటీ టోటల్ బిల్డింగ్స్. మన ఎంజీఆర్ యూనివర్సిటీ సిటీ మధ్యలో ఉండబట్టి ఇక్కడ క్యాంపస్ కానీ అన్ని మొత్తం అందరూ ఇక్కడే జాయిన్ అవుతుంటారు. ఇది వచ్చేసి మెడికల్ కాలేజ్, డెంటల్ కాలేజ్, ఇంజనీరింగ్, ఆర్ట్స్ అండ్ సైన్స్, లేని బ్రాంచ్ లేదు, అన్ని బ్రాంచెస్ మన దాంట్లో ఉన్నాయి. ప్రజెంట్ ఇప్పుడు వచ్చేసి మనకి ఏమేమి ర్యాంకింగ్స్ అండ్ రేటింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయంటే ఆల్ టాప్ యూనివర్సిటీస్తో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే మనకి ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. నాక్ కానీ, ఎన్బిఏ కానీ, అటాల్ ర్యాంకింగ్, ఎన్ఐఆర్ఎఫ్, క్యూఎస్ ఐగేట్ డైమండ్ అండ్ వీటితో ఈక్వల్గా మనకి స్పెషల్ అటార్నీ స్టేటస్ ఉన్న యూనివర్సిటీ ర్యాంకింగ్ మనదొక్కటే. చూస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇవే మన యొక్క క్లాస్ రూమ్స్. ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్, సెకండ్ ఇయర్, థర్డ్ ఇయర్ అన్నీ ఇక్కడే ఉంటాయి. ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకి ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి వాళ్ళు వచ్చేసి మ్యాక్సిమం ల్యాబ్స్లోనే ఉంటుంటారు. పైన కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ జరుగుతూ ఉంది, చూస్తున్నారు కదా. ఇదే కొత్తగా ల్యాబ్స్ ప్లస్ క్లాస్ రూమ్స్ కూడా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ బిల్డింగ్లో వచ్చేసి ఓన్లీ థర్డ్ ఫ్లోర్లో ఒక లైబ్రరీ ఒకటి ఉండిద్ది. అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ మిగిలినవన్నీ మనకు మొత్తం క్లాసెసే. అన్ని క్లాసెస్ కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉంటుంటాయి. క్లాసెస్ కూడా ఫుల్గా వెంటిలేషన్ తోటి అంతా చాలా బాగా జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. బిట్వీన్లో 15 సెకండ్స్ టైం ఉండిద్ది, 15 మినిట్స్ టైం ఉండిద్ది కదా. ఆ టైంలో మన వాళ్ళు స్నాక్స్ కానీ లేదంటే ఏమన్నా ప్లే చేసుకోవడానికి ఇక్కడ క్యాంపస్ మధ్యలోనే మన దాంట్లో గేమ్స్ అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. ఇది వచ్చేసి మన మొత్తం క్యాంపస్. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూసారు కదా డాక్టర్ అబ్దుల్ కలాం బ్లాక్, దీంట్లో మొత్తం అన్ని ల్యాబ్స్ కానీ మొత్తం అన్నీ ఇక్కడే జరుగుతుంటాయి. ఇదంతా వచ్చేసి మన క్యాంపస్ ఫుల్ వ్యూ. ఇది ఓన్లీ ఇంజనీరింగ్ క్యాంపస్ యొక్క ఫుల్ వ్యూ ఇది. ఇక్కడ దీంట్లో వచ్చేసి మొత్తం గ్రీనరీ క్యాంపస్, సిటీ మధ్యలో ఉండబట్టి ఎక్కువగా బాగుంటుంది. ఇది వచ్చేసి ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ బ్లాక్. ఈ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ బ్లాక్లో వచ్చేసి నా గవర్నమెంట్ నాటా ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడే రాస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఈ దూరం కనిపించి వచ్చేసి మన మెడికల్ కాలేజీ. ఇది వచ్చేసి ఏసీఎస్ మెడికల్ కాలేజీ. ఇది మన స్టూడెంట్స్కి కానీ అందరికి కూడా ఫ్రీగానే చూస్తుంటారు. ఇక్కడ మొత్తం అందరికి కూడా చాలా బెస్ట్ మెడికల్ కాలేజ్ ఇన్ చెన్నై సిటీ, సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ ద సిటీలో ఉంది. ఇది వచ్చేసి మన ఇంజనీరింగ్ క్యాంపస్ యొక్క మెయిన్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ బ్లాక్. ఇదే మెయిన్ అడ్మిషన్స్ కానీ పిల్లలకి ఏమైనా ఫీజ్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ కానీ ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నా అన్నీ ఇక్కడే చేస్తారు. ఇది వచ్చేసి ప్రజెంట్ మనం కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ ల్యాబ్ చూస్తున్నాము. మన కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ ల్యాబ్లో ఆల్ ల్యాబ్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ మొత్తం ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ క్యాంపస్లో వాడే అన్ని సిస్టమ్స్ కానీ అన్నీ కూడా మ్యాక్ సిస్టమ్సే వాడతారు. ఇది ఐమ్యాక్ ల్యాబ్, సన్, డాట్నెట్ జాబ్, హైటెక్ ల్యాబ్స్, సిస్టనెట్ అకాడమీ, ఇలా చాలా ల్యాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. మొత్తం 16 ల్యాబ్స్ ఓన్లీ కంప్యూటర్ ల్యాబ్సే ఉన్నాయి. పర్టికులర్గా సిఎస్సి వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఐబిఎం, టీసీఎస్తో ట్రైనింగ్తో ఉంటారు కాబట్టి మనకి ఎక్కువ కావాలి. ఇది వచ్చేసి ఈసీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్, విఎల్ఎస్ఐ, ఎంబైడెడ్, డిఎస్పీ, మైక్రో ప్రాసెసర్, ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఇవి కూడా వచ్చేసి మొత్తం ప్రతి డిపార్ట్మెంట్కి వచ్చేసి ఈచ్ ఫ్లోర్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి సో వాళ్ళకి సపరేట్గా ఉంటాయి. అలానే ట్రిపుల్ ఈ ల్యాబ్ వచ్చేసి ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ మిషనరీ ల్యాబ్, ఇవి ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ అందరికి కూడా కామన్గా ఉంటాయి. ఇది సెకండ్, థర్డ్, ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకి డిజిటల్ డిజైన్ ల్యాబ్, గ్రిడ్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి. ఇది మన మెకానికల్ వాళ్ళకి. మెకానికల్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చేసి ఫార్మల్ డ్రెస్లో రాదు, ల్యాబ్స్కి వచ్చే వాళ్ళంతా బ్లూ కలర్ డ్రెస్ వేసుకొని రావాలి. ఇది ఒక ల్యాబ్స్ యొక్క డ్రెస్ కోడ్ ఇది. అలానే మన సిఎస్సి, ఈసీ వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా వైట్ కోట్ వేసుకొని రావాలి. అంటే ఆపరేషన్కి ఏం కాదు, అన్నీ నేర్చుకోవడం కోసం వైట్ కోట్స్, అది ఒక డ్రెస్ కోడ్స్. ఈ మెకానికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్లో ఉండే ల్యాబ్స్ ఇవన్నీ. ఈచ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ కానీ ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా మనతో కొలాబరేటివ్గా అయ్యి మనకి ప్రతిదీ అర్థమయ్యేటట్టుగా చేస్తుంటారు. అంటే మనకి ఇన్ని ల్యాబ్స్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ రావడం కారణం అంటే మనం అందరం వచ్చేసి మన యూనివర్సిటీ గవర్నమెంట్ ప్లస్ సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ యొక్క ఫండ్స్ తోటి రన్ అయితే వస్తుంది కాబట్టి మనకు వచ్చేసి ల్యాబ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కానీ ల్యాబ్కి సంబంధించిన ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి ఎక్కువ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఈవెన్ సివిల్స్లో వాడే స్ట్రెంత్ మెటీరియల్ ల్యాబ్స్ కూడా క్రోడ్స్లో ఉంటాయి. ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ నుంచి ఫండ్స్గా శాంక్షన్ అయితే వస్తుంటాయి. మోర్ దెన్ 400 crores దాకా ఫండ్స్ అనేవి మనకి సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ కానీ అదర్ అబ్రాడ్ కంట్రీస్ నుంచి కూడా ఫండ్స్ ఎక్కువ వస్తుంటాయి. ఇది బయోటెక్నాలజీ ల్యాబ్. చెన్నై సిటీలోనే మనకు బయోటెక్నాలజీ బెస్ట్ ల్యాబ్ ఉంది. అన్నా యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి కూడా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చి ల్యాబ్స్ అవి చేసుకుంటూ పోతూ ఉంటారు. మన కాడ చాలా ల్యాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. కంపేర్ విత్ అదర్ కాలేజెస్ కానీ అదర్ యూనివర్సిటీస్తో పోల్చుకుంటే ఆల్ ఓవర్ ఇండియాలో మనకున్నన్ని ల్యాబ్స్ ఏ ఒక యూనివర్సిటీలో కూడా లేవు. రీసెంట్గా మేము వేరే ప్రోగ్రామ్ చెన్నైలో ఉన్న విట్ యూనివర్సిటీకి వెళ్ళాం. వాళ్ళతో ఈక్వల్గా మనకు అన్ని ల్యాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. చాలా బెస్ట్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి ఇక్కడ. ప్రతి ఇయర్ కూడా కాన్ఫరెన్స్లు, సెమినార్స్, వర్క్షాప్స్ అండ్ సింపోజియమ్స్ ఏవో జరుగుతూనే ఉంటాయి. డైలీ ఏదో ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ జరుగుతూనే ఉంటాయి. అందువల్ల ఏంటంటే మనకు ల్యాబ్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. ఇది ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ స్టూడియో ల్యాబ్. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఏంటంటే డిజైనింగ్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. ప్రతి ఇయర్ కూడా ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ లాంటివి పెడుతూ ఉంటారు. సో వాళ్ళందరూ ఏంటంటే ఎవరైతే ఫస్ట్ వస్తారో అలా ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్గా ఉంటుంది. ఇది వచ్చేసి మన యొక్క ఇంజనీరింగ్ టెక్నాలజీ సెంట్రల్ లైబ్రరీ, ద బెస్ట్ సెంట్రల్ లైబ్రరీ విత్ 1 lakh మోర్ దెన్ బుక్స్. ఇది రీసెంట్గా ఇయర్లోనే 1 lakh బుక్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. ప్లస్ అందరితో పాటు జనరల్స్, కాన్ఫరెన్స్లు, వర్క్షాప్స్కి యూటిలైజ్ అయ్యే మెటీరియల్స్. అండ్ ద మెయిన్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ద డిజిటల్ లైబ్రరీ. ఈచ్ స్టూడెంట్ కూడా తనకంటూ తన యాప్ ఒకటి ఉంది. అలానే మాకు ఇచ్చిన యాప్స్లోనే మేము చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇది వచ్చేసి మనకి డిపార్ట్మెంట్కి వచ్చే సెంట్రల్ లైబ్రరీస్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ యొక్క మెయిన్ సెంట్రల్ లైబ్రరీతో కాకుండానే ఈచ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ, మెడికల్ కానీ, హెల్త్ అండ్ సైన్స్ కానీ ఎవరికైనా కానీ ఈచ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కంటూ వాళ్ళకు ఒక డిపార్ట్మెంట్ లైబ్రరీ ఉంటాయి. ప్రతి డిపార్ట్మెంట్ లైబ్రరీలో కూడా ఆల్ మెటీరియల్స్ కానీ ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి కూడా డిజిటల్ యాక్సెస్ ఈజీగా ఉంది. ఇది వచ్చేసి ప్రజెంట్కి ఇప్పుడు మనకు హాస్టల్స్ వీటి మీద లుక్ వేద్దాం. ఇవి మన హాస్టల్స్. ఈచ్ రూమ్కి వచ్చేసి 3 members ఉంటారు. ఇక్కడ మనకి సౌత్ ఇండియన్స్, నార్త్ ఇండియన్స్ క్లబ్ అయి ఉంటారు కాబట్టి రూమ్స్ వచ్చేసి చాలా బాగా కనెక్టివిటీగా ఉంటాయి. 3 beds విత్ ఏసీ అండ్ నాన్ ఏసీ అవైలబిలిటీలో ఉంటాయి. హాస్టల్ ఫీజులు వచ్చేసి 80,000 నుంచి ఉంటాయి, అప్ టు 1 lakh దాకా ఉంటాయి. ఏసీ రూమ్స్ వచ్చేసి ఎవరికి వాళ్ళకి సపరేట్ క్యాబిన్స్, సపరేట్ కబోర్డ్స్గా ఉంటాయి. విత్ అటాచ్డ్ బాత్రూమ్స్తో ఉంటాయి. ప్లస్ నాన్ అటాచ్డ్ బాత్రూమ్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. మనకి హాస్టల్కి వచ్చేసి ఫుడ్ వైజ్గా కానీ ప్లస్ లేదు సేఫ్టీ కానీ సెక్యూరిటీ పరంగా కానీ అసలు ఎటువంటి ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. ద బెస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ దట్ మనకు ప్రైవసీగా ఉండడం కోసం ఎవరికి వాళ్ళకి ఇండివిజువల్గా హాస్టల్ రూమ్స్ అనేవి ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు.